Good evening, Choombas. It's Saturday night, and that means we're visiting our favourite place in all of the Critverse. That's right. We're back here in the gloomy, neon-lit streets of dystopian future. Night City, baby. Welcome to Neomagnetic. This is N Miss Roleplaying Games, and I happen to be called Sven. And I'm going to be your edgelord for tonight. That's the name that we've given.
Hence that name.
That's right. It was lovingly bestowed upon me by GM. So
yeah.
I sincerely appreciate that. What is going on, everybody?
Yo.
Oops.
Chilling. Super thrillin'. Magillin'.
I just changed operating systems today. Yeah, so thank you. I just took the dubstep from iPhone to Samsung. Yeah, sorry. I told you I'm not quite with it, but yes, that was a big step for me. We're talking 13 years iPhone.
Good move, I reckon.
Aficionado. Yeah, but do you know what got me? It was the Samsung pen, which isn't back in my phone.
Mate, how good is the pen?
How
Love
good is
the pen.
I've been doing a bit of art.
Totally love the pen.
We're gonna need to take bets on how long a stylus pen is gonna last in the hands of an ADHD person. I'm gonna go with 3 weeks, something like that. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Froth.
Found out how much they were before I left the shop.
Because it's got a hole you can put it back into and the phone holds it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is.
That helps out a heap.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It will help.
I've had my phone for, I don't know, how long have I had it? I can't even remember.
15 hours.
Well,
12,000 years.
How many years would you say? A million? No, not that much. No, I've had it for a year, and I've still got my stylus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but Sven, you're not me.
That's absolutely correct, and that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm very meticulous. I got to put my little stylus back where it belongs. I'm all about putting things where they belong. And the one look in your bedside table shows that that's not a sort of an attribute that you have as well. You're like.
Well, Brimley in the chat reckons 15 hours, and I don't think he's far off. It's very, very small. It's like, I don't know, like a toothpick, an $84.
It's not the size that counts.
No, it's not, but it is when you're looking for things. I managed to lose the case of my AirPods. No, not the AirPods, the case.
I lost my earbuds a whole lot.
In my car. We don't know. In a spot that they should have been visible. We've had a lot of things going missing in the house recently, and we think it's gremlins. We're reading a lot of H.P. Lovecraft as well, so that is not helping.
Yeah, no. I guarantee you there is some type of extra dimensional vortex somewhere inside this house.
There is.
And it's affecting our lives, but it's also affecting my work life, because every now and then something will just disappear into the dreamlands. I likened it to that episode of the first season of Loki where they go to the end of time where all shit ends up. I feel like there's a planet somewhere out there where Cthulhu reigns.
All our stuff.
And all of our stuff.
Well, I love the game Wingspan, all right? And it's got so many beautiful pieces, and one of the most beautiful pieces is dice. And they've got all the little foods on them, and our friends' children decided to play with them when they were staying because of the cyclone, and their kids went missing. All the adults in the house looked for it, okay? About a week and a half later, it turns up in a place where we... And I'm like, what's going on, fam? So, yeah, I've just seen it here. It's the ghost. You know, I think it could possibly be like extra dimensional stuff. I'm very I'm a witch, so I do believe in energy. So could be pixies playing with us. Like yesterday, I got to the point where I was like, Sven, we just have to stop for the day and just chill, because it was just one of those gremlin days, and that was okay, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But as you were talking just now, I just realized that I ordered you new dice. and I got a message from from Australia Place the other day. It's like, how was your delivery? And I'm like, what delivery? What are you talking about?
I didn't get them. Don't tell me they're
gremlins.
So they got to be that, you know, they might have ended up in the interdimensional vortex as well.
Well, I'm going to be doing a cleansing of smudge stick.
Damn you, Hastur, give us back our things. I can't see Cthulhu and the King in Yellow rolling dice somewhere in Carcosa. I mean, surely that's not their favourite pastime.
You know what? There's been a lot going on astrologically. A lot of stuff in the air. You know, with us as well. It's like sometimes it's a bit of a wake-up call, I think, when stuff happens. It's the universe saying, pay attention. There's no other way to get hold of us. It's not going to turn up at the door and say, it is the universe. Chill out. They have to get our attention somehow.
Can't they just send us a fucking letter or something? An email?
No, we wouldn't believe it. We'd be like, do you know what? This is sketchy.
Put that in the spam folder.
It's clearly not the universe. We'd be like, this is some religious thing or something. It's not the universe. So they have no other way, Sven.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Hold on to your jocks, because he keeps losing them.
I want to complain about the universe. So I'm going to be sending a strongly worded email to the ACCC. My second one for the week, actually.
So we go into that.
I don't know if anyone knows this.
Schrödinger's dice, yes. Both a nat 1 and a nat 20 at the same time.
Every single time we sit down to do this, we do a banter topic up the top of every episode. Lets the people get to know who we are, you know, as people before we start to take on these alternate identities, these personas that we take on when we play this game.
Alter egos, if you will.
That's right. Yeah, I just want to let people know that we are in fact humans and not AI generated images. We're people. So,
although, can you tell?
I
just got Bixby on my phone. Watch out.
It's hard. It's hard to tell.
Human.
But no, believe it or not, this face, this voice, is not
these sweet neon ears.
It's not the work of an artificial intelligence trying its hardest to create the perfect example of the human body. It isn't. I am in fact a real person. Like, you can actually touch me, you can interact with me in real life. But it will.
Everyone's gonna be like, "We can touch you."
It will cost you. It's part of the Patreon extra subscriber bonuses. But no, we sit.
Some of us are humans. Beep, bop, bop.
We sit down every single week now, and we do a banter topic at the start of every episode, and I never know what the banter topic is going to be before I sit down. I spend my entire week thinking I should come up with a banter topic before we start the episode, but I never do.
Favorite soups next time.
Favorite soups. No, that we don't want to turn the world against each other. There's already enough conflict.
Favorite soups.
No, tonight's
I've already said it. Not tonight. Tonight we've done iPhone versus Samsung and got really, really waylaid.
That's right. Thank you. That's what I was about to say. Yeah. So I did what every good lazy dungeon master, game master, edgelord does, and I just passed that workload on to someone else, to one of my players. So Gemma was so kind to suggest that tonight's bant topic should be the ultimate question. No, it's not about which side the toilet paper roll should be hanging on. It's operating system. It's such.
How do you cut your sandwich?
It's not how do you cut your sandwich. This is a topic. This is a debate. This is something that they've been arguing about since time immemorial. I think one of the first cave paintings that they ever found was of an iPhone,
Apple,
and
an alien,
and an Android, an Apple, and like them battling each other. Wars have been fought over this. The Roman Empire fell because the Senate couldn't decide on which operating system they should use. All right.
And then we don't know about it because they had to rebuild.
This is serious stuff. So I'm going to go across the board here. We've only got 2 players. You might have noticed we have a couple of players who are unavailable right now. One of them is doing some gridiron stuff, I'm pretty sure, and the other one is in Oslo. I know it sounds like I'm making that up. But it's actually true. We got a player in Oslo. We got one playing gridiron. I don't know.
We're a varied bunch, aren't we?
Yeah, this is the
certainly are.
This is the life that we're living. So let's go across the board. Let's just, for those people who may have missed episode 1, let's just reintroduce ourselves, who we are, what we do, and let's weigh in on this very serious and dividing topic on which operating system you prefer. Do you prefer the Apple operating system? Do you prefer Android? Oh, hey, maybe you prefer some operating system that I've never heard of. I'm sure there's others out there.
Isn't there one Opal or something? Oppo.
Oppo's a brand, not an operating system.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was a brand.
But
what operating systems are there? There's Android and there's iPhone, isn't there?
There's Android, there's iPhone, and there's all the ones that no one uses. So let's start. You know what? Let's go across the board, left to right. Jem, would you like to introduce yourself, and where do you fall now that you've bought an Android phone?
Well, I'm quite a creative person, and I have found that Apple systems are limiting when it comes. For example, I want a pencil. I want to be able to draw in tiny little details and actually have it look good. On the go. So that was my main thing. It might be a little, I don't know, a bit silly, but that was enough to sway me. I probably spent about 3 months trying to decide, and I've had Sven bagging out Apple for a long time. I do like Apple, but yeah, so far Android's been okay. I don't think it's as user-friendly, so let's find out whether I accidentally delete the internet. Nothing's safe while I get used to this new operating system. It's good so far. I've been writing. I've been using my little pen. Someone I saw, Grimly reckons I might have the pen for 15 hours. He might be right. So far, so good though.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. When did we get the phone?
It was today.
It was today.
It was like 5, 6 hours. It was probably about 9 hours ago.
Probably about 9 hours. So we got about 6 hours or so.
Overnight.
You might see me lose it on this stream.
It might be live on air. Well, I'm hoping that this episode doesn't go for 6 hours. If it does,
no, but like it might be under 15. By the way, I've also had like some death flu, which I don't know what it was, so my brain is not working. I wasn't even able to play computer games until yesterday. So,
all right.
Wish me luck.
Something.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything.
So definitively, Apple or
yeah, at the moment I'm Samsung, but I reserve the right to change my mind.
Android. No, it's once it's said live on Twitch, like that's it. This is like a historical record.
Okay. Sure, this will come back.
All right. So we're gonna go with Android. We're gonna lock that one in. Okay.
Yeah.
Froth. What do you got? Androids? Apple?
Apple is for babies. Yeah, no, I'm definitely an Android person. Android PC. Whole way. You can have Mac. And they're planned obsolescence.
Oh, thank you very much. That's the exact same point that I was going to bring up. Anything that has obsolescence built in to its fundamental architecture, I feel like is just criminal.
My hand is up.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I wasn't looking at...
I had an 11 that was still working. Now we're on 15. So I will give that to Apple. I think my son's on a 9 or a 10.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, I guess. Hey, look, I'm not above.
My battery would last about an hour of use. And yes, humans have obsolescence built in. What are you saying?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't like planned obsolescence, which is generally speaking why I don't like most people. You know.
All right. Anyway. So I'm guessing you're Samsung, Sven. Unless you're going to surprise me. It's been an elaborate ruse to get me to change my, innate sensibilities and see how weak I am. And then now you're going to pull out your iPhone.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. I spent the entire time that we've been together.
Like psyop shit. Like Men Who Stare at Goats kind of shit. He literally...
Men Who Stare at Goats?
Yeah, have you seen that movie?
No.
It's freaking amazing. All right, so it's about like psyop operations. I feel like I might get killed if I get killed. Talked about a lot of stuff tonight, but it's about psyops operations that they did back in the day. It's got George Clooney, and it's literally about accessing different energy waves. It's the kind of stuff I'm talking about with, it's like a remote viewing, that sort of stuff, and it's based on a true story apparently.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's tied into the FBI or CIA's their studies.
Yeah, it was like the American Army. Yeah.
Yeah, and MK Ultra as well. The use of psychedelic
I'm
drugs.
gonna need like a foil hat after watching it.
We'll do a whole fucking stream about that sometime.
We could. We should all watch it.
Probably help if I watch it first. Yeah.
We'll get.
All right, that's your homework.
Do a watch party.
That's right. You know what?
Yeah, we should.
We'll come back.
We won't put the actual movie on, but we'll just talk about it while we're watching it, because we can't put a movie on, can we?
We can. We just can't save the VOD.
Good, yeah.
I think that's how it goes. The same thing with licensed music as well.
Can we save our reactions to it the whole time?
Oh,
just not show the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure we could figure something out. I don't know.
Oh God, me and Sven are menaces when we watch anything. It's terrible.
Yeah, pretty bad. But also fairly entertaining, which is the reason why we've come here together tonight.
I've been watching Married at First Sight. It's freaking terrible this year. I only watched it last year for me and my best friend to have something to catch up on. Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. Anyway, can we play?
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. Yeah, no, we may be chaotic, we may be unpredictable, but we are, if nothing else, entertaining. And I didn't actually get a chance to say what my favorite operating system was.
Android, do we know?
You want to give up the game, the long game?
No, it's definitely chaos.
Linux.
Just throw a curveball out there. I definitely didn't just Google operating systems for phones when you asked me. I was stalling for time so I could find the most obscure one, and I did. I don't know. No, it's definitely Android because it's just like us. Like Neomagnetic is the best Cyberpunk Red actual play live stream out there. Android is just the best operating system out there. Speaking of the best Cyberpunk Red actual play live stream. Quick disclaimer: if I ever decide in the future to make this a podcast variant or an audio only variant, you can't see this, but Aaron and Mod have not joined us for tonight. Like I said, they were away, but instead, if you're watching
literally
this
overseas and playing weird sports,
if you're watching this on YouTube or watching even better the live version right now, you can see some character art on the screen for Violet Taylor and Typhoon Drift. I feel like your actual name is like what do you call it? Like a nickname as well. Typhoon Drift / Redline. Like I'm not sure which one's the real name and which one isn't. Anyway,
that was the idea.
Awesome character art. I want to start tonight's episode with saying we have a fundraiser for 2024 that is for the Starlight Children's Foundation. So if you haven't already done so, you can find all the details for that on our Discord, or you can use the chat command donate in the chat right now to find the link for that. Let's raise some money for an amazing cause. Every single dollar goes towards helping seriously ill children and improve their quality of life. So I feel like it's worth it. It costs you less than a cup of coffee, and it helps change the world.
I don't think there's any better cause.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, the children.
Yeah, so check that out. I also wanted to say real quick, huge shout out to Fragmaps as well. A lot of the maps that you're going to see on the screen tonight are from Fragmaps. So let's dive into it with a little recap shall we? Let's put on some sweet recap music. There we go.
One day I'll be able to hear it.
There we go. Ooh, no, that's not quite it. Let's put on this one.
Eerie.
This one. Yeah, there we go. Then some recap beats. So, 2 weeks ago, on episode 1 of our longest running Cyberpunk Red actual play live stream,
with one episode,
we had a chance to be introduced to a very, what's the right word, colourful bunch of edge runners.
We're like the odd bunch. You know, the fruit and vegetables at Coles or whatever? Just like put in that bag and it's beautiful, but...
I was going to say Suicide Squad.
Very similar vibe to the odd bunch fruit and vegetables.
So yeah, a very colourful bunch of edge runners brought together with the promise of eddies, euro dollars in the Cyberpunk universe, but more importantly, the promise of more work. Should they be able to successfully evict these gang members who had set up shop in one of these massive mega structures that dominate the skyline in Night City. We met four player characters rather. We met Anderson Colby, aka Stretch, a former lawman. We met Foggy Storms, aka Deathwish, a former media representative. We met Typhoon Drift, aka Redline, an Eastern European nomad. And we met one Violet Taylor, an Australian rocker person, aka Violent Crumble. 4 very unique personalities, all brought together for a singular purpose. They headed towards their objective, Megablock H10. And there, they used their... Well, Violent Taylor used her her natural charisma, her magnetism, to find out exactly where these gang members had set up their shop. She talked to one of the locals, a man named Stimpy, who was on his way, an intern for a corporation, who they noticed was showing signs of intoxication, maybe some drug use. They interrogated him on the way up the elevator, and he sort of told them that they were operating on level 28 of Megablock H10. When they got there, they discovered a couple of shady individuals sort of hanging out there. And after a bit of a tense confrontation, our media representative, Foggy Storms, aka Deathwish, drew from his camera out of a hidden compartment a firearm and took a shot.
And we've been waiting for 2 weeks.
And we've been waiting, stuck in that moment for 2 weeks' time. And I can imagine when we see this scene sort of like a freeze frame, we can see like those pigeons flying up through the center of the courtyard. We can hear that reverberation, that loud... Yes, thank you. That loud reverberation from that gunshot.
I do uncannily spot on bird voices, don't I?
You do, actually. It's kind of unnerving and also quite endearing. We can hear that gunshot echoing from the concrete confines of this massive megastructure. We can see Foggy Storms as he's firing his weapon. You can see the muzzle flash, and we can see Anderson Colby as he's face to face with one of these gang members. We can see as all of a sudden this still image bursts forth into life. That gang member draws forth the knife that he'd pulled earlier and lunges towards Anderson Colby. Colby reaches up a hand, grabbing them by the forearm, and they go struggling back and forth, and she pushes him up against that low concrete barricade. He's with his upper body now hanging 28 stories above ground level. He shouts out to you, "Go! I've got this!" And the two of you make your way towards this abandoned medical facility where these gang members had apparently set up shop. As you approach, you can smell from around this door this strong smell of like chemical compounds. And as you push your way through into an abandoned medical center, you can hear the door slam shut behind you. You enter into an antechamber separated from the main body of the room by a semi-transparent plastic curtain. To your left, you can see there's a dirty hand-washing basin and metal racking full of empty boxes and antiseptic soaps. Peering through the plastic, you can see that there's a single large open-plan room, and the atmosphere is that of a chaotic blend of high-tech machinery and grungy aesthetics. There's fluorescent lights that flicker overhead, casting erratic shadows on the exposed pipes and rusted metal walls. The air is thick with the acrid scent of chemicals, and the distant hum of machinery is reverberating through the walls, the concrete walls of this building. In the center of the room, you can see that there's two large brushed metal tanks with two more large tanks in the northwestern corner, and a stack of 6 smaller tanks in racking against the southern wall. More importantly, you can see that this room has 3 occupants. 2 have guns drawn and are taking behind low tables.
I'm not ready for this. Okay, anyway, keep going.
The third is a woman with a slim, wiry frame and tousled black hair that falls messily around her face, partially concealing what appears to be a cybernetic eye that glows with a very faint crimson color.
Well, we're not going to get along. That seems evil.
You see a battered-looking, jury-rigged cyberdeck, patched leather jacket, whose bright colors are now like a sort of faded gray. And as you look, she sort of holds up her hands, looking between her 2 allies to her right and towards you. I'll tell you what. Let's take it to the map, shall we?
Yes.
Yes, please. I'm having trouble envisioning all of this. Sounds fancy, though.
All right.
I think we might be screwed.
Nah.
So,
She looks mean.
as you can see, on the western side of the map is the entrance that you guys have just burst through. You can see that sort of semi-transparent medical plastic curtain that's separating this antechamber that you just came into from the rest of this open plan room. You can see right in front of you, there's like a big brushed metal sort of tank. It's sort of like semi-reflecting this flickering fluorescent lights overhead. You can see the woman directly to your east there, Violet, around about 12 meters away from where you are. And you can see there's one lady towards the northern portion of the room, and she's sort of got a shotgun drawn and is kind of half taking cover behind this low, I don't know how to describe it. Almost like a medical bed that's been sort of stripped bare. It's like a stainless steel bed with all these tiny little holes, but she's sort of taken cover behind it, and she's got a shotgun drawn. Further towards the east, behind like this workbench that sort of has all of this industrial medical industrial sort of equipment sort of piled on it. You can see there's a gentleman and he has a handgun drawn and is sort of taking cover behind that table as well. And as you look around, the woman looks like towards you and back towards her allies, and she's like, whoa, unless you all want to go Leo, I suggest you all put your guns down real slow like, okay? Let's be chill. Let's work something out. What do you do?
Do we roll initiative or something, or we're just straight into it?
We're just straight into it. Let's go. So right now, I like to think of it as like you have 3 sort of phases. There's exploration, there's social encounters, and then there's initiative. We've done our exploration. We're in a bit of a social encounter now. Now things are tense. Okay.
So there's a big tank in the middle of the room, right?
Separating you and these other 3 occupants of the room. Yes.
So this tank here that I'm pinging, would I think that that's flammable possibly? Like, would it explode?
I'll tell you what. I'll get you to roll something.
Yeah.
So let's bring up our rule book here. Or rather, let's have a look real quick at your stats and we'll find out what's the right thing to roll here. So we're looking for
plenty of options.
Intelligence. I'll tell you what. Roll me education.
Education
right. Sounds right.
I just got to find it on the list.
Absolutely. If you want to roll it as well.
14.
I've got 11.
An 11 and a 14. I'm going to have a quick
14.
look here at my... I'm going to say that is a... I'm going to say that's DC 17. So unfortunately, a 14 is not going to be enough, and neither is an 11. You're unable to identify exactly what these tanks contain, especially since there doesn't seem to be any identifying insignia on the tanks.
Right. Well, I'd probably, at stage, like, go to Redline, try and talk to them. Or how good a shot are you?
I don't know yet. We'll find out. I was going to take a step to the left and
I'm more of a talker than a shooter, but I'm happy to go with what you think.
You get their attention and I'll shoot that big tank and we'll see what happens. Just make sure you've got something between you and the tank. Sorry, I've got to put my character voice on. Just make sure there is something between you and the tank.
All right, you're saying that out loud?
I'm saying it very quietly.
Very quickly.
All right, I'm going to need you to roll something here to see whether or not you can say that, because you are in a fairly confined room here, whether or not you can say that without them hearing it. And I'm thinking the best thing that I can think of at the moment is maybe just a stealth roll of some sorts. Let's have a look here. Let's go to the skills.
15 for stealth.
Or conversation. I got...
let's have a look here.
I got 5 and then a 16. I don't know what happened.
I'm going to roll something here as well, actually, while you're doing that.
Oh, good. Yes, I agree. Guns in a meth lab.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already getting high, I think, off the fumes in the room, by the way.
I think you were high before you came in.
I can smell, I was, but I'm like, it smells a bit like synth coke in here. I think we're...
All right. So, what did we roll on those on that stealth check?
15 for stealth.
I think I either got a 5 or a 16.
A 5 or a 16. Very important here. Was it a 5 or a 16?
Well, I pressed the button and it came up with 5, and that doesn't seem to be possible because I've got plus.
Yeah, you must have rolled a 1. and then subtract
Did you
it.
say I rolled a 1?
It doesn't tell you. It literally just tells you what the
no, I've got a
outcome
5
is.
then.
Okay, so
Yeah, okay, cool.
we're gonna go with the 5. As you say that, you hear the woman say, I wouldn't do that if I were you unless you all want to leave here in pieces.
And I'd be like, all right. Hi. I'm Violet. How are you?
How am I? Are you serious?
Yep. If we're going to talk, we're going to talk.
All right. Well, I'm
Point my
going.
gun at the tank and say, ha ha ha, yes, you talk, but if you try and shoot us, we all go bye-bye now.
I said, no. I look by the sound of your voice. I mean, you sound Red Chrome Legion, but I don't see any tags, and and you're definitely not Red Chrome. And she points towards you,
No.
Violet.
I'm Australian.
Well, that means one or two things. Either you're Ronin, solos, or maybe you're just really lost. Either way, I'm thinking, look, we can probably make a deal of some sort where, like, no one needs to get flatlined here, right?
Yeah, let's talk.
All right. Just everyone stay chill. Just take a step into the room where I can see you proper, and we can talk this out. I'm sure we can come up with some kind of arrangement where we can all walk away here in one piece.
All right. So I had my gun in my hand at this point. I'm not going to take it out of my hand, but I'm going to lower it. But my reflexes aren't terrible. Because I have seen that they haven't actually taken the guns out of their hand. No one's put guns on the table. We are not at that point yet. I'm gonna go, okay. I'm gonna put my gun down. Let's have a chat. This is my friend Redline.
And as you lower your weapon, you see she looks back towards her two allies, and she sort of makes a gesture with her hands to lower their weapons. Both of them look nervous, but they do as they're told. They sort of start to lower their weapons, but they keep them in hand, and they keep themselves in a position where they could take cover if they need to do so. She's like, all right, well, I'm glad at least whoever it is that sent you here could send a couple of people who could see reason.
Can I pause? Can I ask, what was the content exactly of the text?
Exactly the contents of the text that you got last week. Okay.
I don't have my agent. I wouldn't, it's been 2 weeks. Usually it'd be fresh in my mind. I want to remember our instructions before.
All right. So you should see that coming up on your screen now. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So I'll read that back to you. Now that you've all had enough time to get to know one another, it's time to get to work. Look towards the east. You should see Megablock H10. It's still under construction, but that hasn't stopped the corpos from dumping a bunch of displaced and desperate people there. Some gangers have been cooking low-grade synth coke in an apartment. Not a problem in itself until they decided to toss a 14-year-old boy off the balcony. Get in there and clear them out. I don't care how, just make sure there's no collateral. We'll contact you once it's done with payment.
Right.
Collateral.
So I'm going to also tap my back pocket, because in my back pocket I have a pair of handcuffs. And I'm actually going to try to get the leader handcuffed to something with a gun to her head, Sven.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't think we're going to talk our way out of this. I don't know, Redline. We probably wouldn't have much of a chance to talk. You might be like, stop. You might see what I'm doing. Or are you happy to...
Wait.
Yep.
I don't trust them. And if they move, I'll blow us all to high heavens. I do not trust them. I give them chance to leave and walk out peacefully and leave this place. So you leave now. Out the door, you put your guns on the floor. Or we all say hello to our makers.
Yes. All right. So basically, I think that will be our plan. So we'll go in, we'll try and talk them out, but we're ready to fight if we need to. I'd like to avoid it because of where we are. It seems like we may be in quite a volatile space, both physically and chemically, and that might not be great. So, Sven, can you move the message off so I can see the map?
You can close that.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
You have the power.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't close that for you, unfortunately. I think I opened it a couple of times.
That's fantastic. Thank you. All right. So I reckon I'm going to walk towards the lady with the red eye.
Yep.
And you want to follow Redline?
All right. Shall
Very
we?
precisely.
You know what? I've actually got some character art here I can show you guys as well. So
Ooh.
Sweet.
you
that's
can't see the you can't see the red eye in this. Maybe I misspoke. Maybe it's a yellow eye, but there you go. You can see some sweet character art for her. You can see she's wearing that faded sort of yellow, faded grey leathers. Rather, you can see she's like heavily scarred. She has messy hair, and she has this patched together looking sort of cyber deck that she's wearing, sort of like resting around her neck like a pair of Beats by Dr. Dre. We're not sponsored by Beats, but Dr. Dre, if you're listening, I'm
What's up?
I'm open. All right. So if you want, you can move into the room. She's like, just come out where I can see you properly. We could talk this out. We can come to a suitable arrangement that works for both me, for yourselves, and you know what? We can all walk out of here maybe just a little bit richer.
Okay. All right. So as I said, I'm Violet. What's your name?
I'm going to need you to move into the room, okay, where I can see you properly.
I'm going to move my character?
Yes.
That's fun. All right. And just poodle in?
Yes. Please just tootle in, whatever you want to call it. You go right ahead. Just tootle into our little...
I'm going to get close enough that I'm close enough to move, but not too close so that I'm threatening.
All right. Now that we're face to face, I think we can negotiate. What do you say?
I'd like to.
Okay.
Mate.
So, let me get this straight, right? You're the reasonable one. He's the psychopath.
We won't tell him that.
Okay.
I heard that.
But
Yes, I am. I'm on the edge of
yeah.
cyber psychosis, and I will
he's all
not
right.
hesitate to pull this trigger at this tank.
Whoa. Oh, big
Yes.
guy. Look,
I think that's a good way to go out, don't you?
why don't you tell me why you've
Praise the
come
Lord.
here? Clearly, you're not here to buy any products. So why don't we start? Why don't we introduce ourselves? We'll start with that, shall we? My name.
Yep.
My name's Tower. Who are you?
My name is Fred.
Red. I'm Violet. I would like to introduce myself through rap. Using a role though, Sven.
All right. What role are we using to introduce ourselves?
That would be...
Composition? Or is this... I think we decided last time that your rapping is like your musical instrument. So I'll allow composition, but I'll also allow you to call that your use instrument, whatever it is.
I can play instrument, but I'm happy to do that. But we need to call it now and stick. Composition is using the words.
All right. Okay.
In the flow. I'm not making a song. I'm using the words.
All right. Let's go with composition. That makes sense.
Right, I got 16, and my intention is to convey that I'm from Australia. I haven't been here long. I heard there was some stuff going down, and I really want to try and fix the situation for everybody. How smooth is it? I don't know. I don't want to know what a 16 gets me.
I'll kind of have to have a look here. This...
Just go by feel, Sven.
I don't need to go by feel. That's why we've got tables for everything. I'm going to say that this person is... This is going to be difficult to accomplish without training or talent, so it's a DV15. And what did you get?
I got a 16.
You got a 16. All right. That makes sense. I'm going to say... well, I'm just going to lean into the roleplay here a little bit. So give me a little bit of an idea of what you say during this improvised rap, this freestyle.
Okay. Hi, I'm Violet. I'm from Australia. I haven't been here long. I heard there's stuff going on, yeah?
And if you don't comply, my friend will nail you.
And if you don't comply, my friend will shoot you in the head and nail ya. And she has to really go on. Hi, Mark. Mark's come in while I'm rapping.
There's a reason
He's a
why.
musician.
There's a reason why the last episode on YouTube was shooting straight to the top, and it's because of the rap.
I hadn't even rapped yet. We would do a compilation.
Yeah, didn't we have the koala rap or something?
Oh no, we did. We started a koala rap. That's right. We're gonna have to release a whole album.
Yes, let's do it.
Are you listening? Ears on, because I'm in the room. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
You see this woman who identifies herself as Tower. She furrows her brow, and she sort of looks a little bit confused as you're rapping to her for some reason, and she's like, okay, I'm going to assume that this is some kind of Australian sort of tradition that we...
Yeah, I'm like a legit cultural export. I'm bringing the rap tunes here and, getting Night City in the vibe.
Oh, all right. Well, rap not usually my thing, but I'll see what I can do. Like I said, my name's Tower, and I guess around here I'm the person who's in power.
Sweet rhymes. Do you have to do a rhyme to see whether do a roll to see whether I liked that or not?
To my right here, hiding behind the stainless steel table, is my good friend Nestor Eisenhower, and to the north, who's bringing the hardware to us, that's my good friend Donna Dumas.
Fantastic. I see you've got flow too. We're going to get along.
Yeah, I mean, look, if this is the way you do things down under, then I'm all for it. But like I said, we've introduced ourselves now. I think we're on friendly terms, right? We can work out a deal here. So why don't you go ahead? You can wrap this out if you want, or we can just talk like we do right here in Night City. I mean, we're not on stage or anything like that, but I'll allow you to handle things the way you want to handle things. But right now, all I want to do is just to work out a nice deal. So why don't you tell me, go ahead, just let me know why you're here, what you want, and maybe we can work something out.
We need this place. Oh, sorry, you talk first. My bad.
I was just going to say, we need you to leave. There's a window. Give us what we want, or down you'll go.
Ooh.
All right.
With a smile on my face.
I hear that, but I don't know if you can tell, but we've got a pretty sweet setup here. And I don't really have any intention of just walking away from all of that.
I would say, wait. Listen, you listen to this. And I would cock my pistol, and you would hear the slow. And what about that sound?
All right.
Like that?
At that, we're going to...
We're not rolling initiative yet.
Make a roll here.
What are we rolling? I want to see whether we've intimidated her. Is there an intimidation? Because I'd like us to be friendly, and I want her to know that we're not mucking her.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to need you to roll what we call a face down.
Ooh, the face down. Sven mentioned a face down, and I was like, what is a face down? And we're doing a face down. Hang on, I haven't checked whether anyone's a fan yet. Can I do that before we get into a fight? Or is this not the situation?
No.
I will let you tell me.
We're gonna go with the face down first, because this is the situation that we sort of find ourselves in. You're facing off now. What is a face down in Cyberpunk Red? Basically, if you get into a situation where you've got two people, two opposing parties who are arguing, who might not really want to get... Via rap in this instance. Doesn't have to be, but it's highly recommended that we do all of our roleplay in rap. By the way, Dr. Dre, if you're still watching this...
I love Dr. Dre. I listened to 2001 hundreds of times. I knew every word.
I just totally freestyled that rap with my characters' names. So not only am I open to sponsorship, I'm also open to, I don't know, being put on Dr. Dre records. I don't know what it's called, but let's talk. Just send me an email and we'll hash out the details. All right, so basically we're going to roll a D10. We're going to add our cool plus our reputation. And I think the face of this party at the moment, the person who's like standing at the front, is you, Violet Taylor. So I'm going to get you to make that roll.
Right, so I have a +7 to this. Oh no.
I like
11.
the sound of that. 11.
It's 11.
Okay.
Because it didn't put in my reputation.
Sorry?
It didn't put in her reputation.
Oh, that's right. So it should...
0 reputation.
I believe that we have established that your reputation is actually a 5. Now, normally speaking, new characters start with a reputation of 0. But I went across the board with all of the players to figure out what each individual character's reputation, because we're jumping into the story here. So your reputation was the highest among the player characters because, you're a rocker and you're supposed to be a little bit famous. So we went with 5. So 16 in total.
Oh, good. That's a bit better.
And she's like, you sort of... you see her hesitate for a second. What do you sort of say during this face down? Do you say anything else, or was that interaction the face down?
Well, I just say, I'll give you a minute to think about it.
You sort of see her hesitate for a second.
I wanted to think we're reasonable, but we are firm.
And
Mum in me's coming out.
You can...
I've done many a face down, both in work and personal life.
You can definitely tell that she's a little bit unsure about herself. And she looks nervously back towards her allies, who sort of look back and forth between each other. And one of them's like, the gentleman towards the east, he's like, look, this is a good gig, but I don't want to die for this. And she's like, shut up, I'll handle this. She looks back towards you. She's like, all right, I'll tell you what, I don't know how much you're getting paid. I can give you $200, 200 eddies, €200 each for you to walk away right now. I didn't spend my entire life scratching my way from the bottom, from the dirty streets of Night City, to get to where I am right now to walk away. This is too good of a gig. 200 eddies apiece, you walk away, we call it even.
I, in my mind, would be comfortable knowing that the people who have sent us would be happy to probably give us 200 a person to clear this out without. I don't know, Redline, what you think. But I think I'd throw back and go, yeah, I actually would give you $200 a person to leave. And I'd suggest you do.
I'd pop this tank for $200 just for the fun of it. Redline's here just for the, like, if someone gives him a job to do, he's going to get it done. Like, Eddies or no Eddies, it's about the reputation, you know.
And I'm about getting out and not exploding the building, if we can do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'd probably flip it and just be like, look, I hear you. I know what it's like to work your way up to the top, but the situation is that we need to clear this.
I'd just be like, keep
the $200 a person, or we can fight. I really don't want to, though.
She's like, she still has her hands up.
You don't want to be extinct like the koalas. I'll tell you about that later if we get.
She brushes the hair out of her eyes. She's like, $200 eddies, and I walk out of here.
I've got $300 on me, so I'm just going to hand it to them.
All right. And you hear the woman towards the north. She's like, Tower, what are you doing? We spent months setting this up. Shut up, Donna. She takes a step towards you.
Yeah, Donna.
She holds out her hand. Do you hand her the money?
Yep. I'll go, here's 300. Thank you.
All right. It's all yours. You can do with it what you wish. Just, I'm leaving. And as she goes to leave the building, you see, or hear rather, the woman towards the north, Donna. She's like, fuck this. I fought for this. I'm going to need you guys to roll for initiative.
Against 2 people, though, yeah?
Against 2 combatants rather than 3, as Amy Tower goes to leave the building. All right. Actually, I think I've got the initiative already loaded up in my tracker because I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of...
Well,
I'm going to be...
doing that,
because fuck do we get paid for this?
I would use my in-head radio communication to the cameraman to say non-armed combatant coming out, 2 more inside
Good.
with guns. It's going to get nasty.
Very, very good.
Friendly coming out.
All right.
I have a feeling Tower might make another appearance.
All right. So we'll
A name like that?
begin combat, shall we?
Am I rolling initiative?
I've already rolled it for you, so no need. That's the fun thing about using the Cyberpunk Red.
Oh, can I roll it myself?
Oh, yeah, I'm not in the tracker.
I'm just having a look here.
In the tracker?
I can see the combat tracker right here. I'm just trying to figure it out. Stick with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first time running... Oh, there we go.
This is fun.
All right. Typhoon Drift. Wait, who's up? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Typhoon Drift, Redline, you are the first person in the combat tracker. So, you get to go first. What do you do?
Well, I don't think that Sheila's got a line of sight on me because of that cabinet in the middle, or that pillar or column or whatever it is.
So you're smart.
Yeah. I moved there on
Smart
purpose.
Redline.
But have I got
Straight in
a line on this dude up the back, or is Violet Taylor in the way?
I'm going to say...
I'm short too.
Actually, I'll save you the trouble.
Yep.
I'll take one step here, so that's blocking her view, and I've got sort of half cover behind this barrel, and then I'll take a shot at him.
All right, so you definitely have a shot at him, but what I'm going to need you to do is roll that attack. Just having a look here. What weapon do you have? A pistol?
Heavy pistol, yeah.
All right, looks like we are... how far away? You 12 meters away, so that's going to be a DV 15 to hit him.
So is that where you click action?
So you should be able to click action and then attack. Yep, and that should show.
Not aimed shot.
If you want to shoot them in the head, you can make an aim shot, and that'll allow you to hit them somewhere in their body.
All right, I'll give it a go. See what happens. 13.
13. Unfortunately, that is not enough.
Ooh,
But
no. Okay.
I got some bad news for you as well. Because of the angle of that shot, I'm going to need you to roll a 1d10 for me.
No.
Oh, we're all going sky.
No, I'm not in the line of fire, am I? Oh,
A 3.
fuck off, Sven.
A 3. Okay. You hear that crack.
What do I hear? Sorry.
You hear
Cut
that?
out.
You hear the crack from your heavy pistol. You see that gentleman towards the east sort of duck down, and you see the bullet impact on the concrete behind him, which sends like a spray of debris. Fortunately, You haven't hit anything that you don't want to hit.
Okay.
So that's your first shot. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but does that have a rate of fire of 2?
Oh, that's a good question, isn't it?
Yes, it does. I just looked at it.
Okay.
So you may take 2
The
shots.
rate of fire of 2. Well, he's undercover, so I'm not sure if I can do this, but can I keep moving around this corner now and take a shot at her?
You definitely can. She hasn't taken cover just yet, but I will say you still had a line of sight on the other gentleman, but you can take a shot at her if you want to.
Oh, I still had a line of sight on him?
Yes, so he's still... Like, it was just a flavor duck, if that makes sense.
Oh, it was a flavor duck.
It was a flavor duck. He can't move outside of the
Now
initiative.
it's some duck.
Yeah.
Yum.
And then I'll
Getting
attack
duck
him
roasted.
again. So I'll try a normal attack and see what that does.
All right.
A 21.
21 is a hit, and that does 3d6 points of damage. What I will tell you is that you can see that these guys are wearing some leather armor, so it's going to take away some of that
We have
impact.
to plate the armor. Look at me with my words.
Look at you. You know Cyberpunk Red better than I do. Do
Do
you want to run the next episode?
No, I will eventually. Give me a few months.
I can't wait. All right. So, talk to me about damage. How much damage do you do to Nesta?
6.
6 points of damage. All right. So I'm going to go ahead.
Could have been a better roll. A 2, 3, and a 1. Had a 6.
You know what? You hit.
And he is going to take 6 points of damage. All right. 10. Oh, I shouldn't say that, should I?
Is my 10 like 6? Do I have 10 hit points?
Looks like it.
I don't know. No, you should have more than that.
Yeah, because it's saying 10 out of 10, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. That's just the VTT.
Can you
Just
manually change
okay.
that?
use the hit points.
Allow access. And we'll...
No, don't worry about
Does
that.
that help?
Just use
Is the hit points health?
the hit points that you have on the Cyberpunk Red companion app. Don't worry about what's on the map.
Okay, and are my hit points health?
Yes, that should be it. Yep.
And I've got a helmet, and I've got body armor.
Do you?
Yes, I brought some, Sven.
Oh, I thought I looked at your character earlier and I didn't remember seeing it. Let me have a look.
Oh no, I've got a medium armor jack
Um,
and a helmet.
let's have a look at you. At your inventory armor. I don't see any armor.
Oh,
Brought it. You can come look. It says armor. Medium armor jack helmet. Power 12 out of 12. Equipped.
Okay.
Medium armor jack armor. And then on my combat thing, want me to send you through my thing again?
No, I believe you.
No, I know you believe me, but I'm going to send it through so you can get it up on your end.
Okay. I'll do that during the short rest, but for the time being, yes, absolutely.
Just have to trust me.
So you've done a pretty good hit there. How much damage did you do? Sorry, Froth.
6.
6. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. Have I? Yes. Amazing. Sorry, this is my first time using this companion app, which is amazing, by the way, but it just takes a little bit of time.
Humanity. I'm looking for my hit points.
Okay. Cool. Anything else that you want to do? Keeping in mind that in Cyberpunk Red, you can move, attack, move. So if you wanted to move into somewhere where you have a little bit more cover, you definitely could.
That's cool.
Okay.
And how much movement speed do we have? How do we know that, Svenny?
It should say on your character sheet somewhere what your movement speed is. Let's have a look. I'm kind of having a hard time finding it myself as well, so not entirely sure, but it should be there somewhere.
Keep it reasonable today, yeah?
Yeah, there's not too far to go here, so I'll sort of keep you honest with that. So, Typhoon, you've moved around about 4 meters. Oh, I did forget, though. You took a second shot, so I'm going to need another D10.
Oh, okay. Of course.
What's that for?
Because you took another shot from that angle, so I'm going to need another
9.
D10. You're okay. That shot hits him. Oh no, you hit him as well, so I didn't actually need you to roll that.
A fun mark.
Okay, got a lot going on here, keeping track of it pretty good, but that brings us to the next person's turn, and it is in fact your very good friend Nestor Eisenhower.
No,
Redline.
I'm in his line of sight so bad.
You are, and just having a look here, he's got a pretty good line on you as well, so he is actually going to step up 2 meters, each square representing a 2-meter step. And as he does so, he is going to he already had drawn rather a very heavy pistol.
Oh, not a very heavy one.
He's going to take...
No. Not do anything at this point to stop him? There's nothing, because he's already started his go, yeah.
There is nothing that you can do, unfortunately.
I'm going to pray to the rap god, Eminem.
And he rolled a 27, which is...
Thank God that's not damage.
Definitely a hit. Very, very bad here, because that's going to be a lot of damage with the very heavy handgun. So...
Hasn't rolled for damage yet.
No, he hasn't rolled for damage, so we're going to go damage... 14 points of damage.
Right.
Do keep in mind you need to take off however much stopping power your armor has. So
Yes.
what's your stopping power?
So 12 for a helmet and 12 for body. Where did he hit?
Oh my god, you have 12 stopping power?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so that was just...
For each item.
That was center mass. So if you have 12 stopping power...
Body then.
Yeah, straight to the body. So you're only going to take 2 points of damage, but that is going to ablate your armor by 1 point. Speaking of which...
Can you explain that to me? Because I got 12, so he hit me with how many points?
So you have 12 stopping power. He did 14 points of damage. That means 2 points get through.
Okay, yep.
And it ablates your armor by 1. On your character sheet in the combat... tab, you should see head SP and body SP. You want to go ahead.
I've got helmet and body.
Yep. So go ahead and take.
I've taken
1 point away from body.
Oh, only 1 point for body.
Only 1 point from body because that's your stopping power. That's your armor's. That's the ablation.
Isn't my armor ablated? Doesn't my armor have nothing now?
No. So the ablation only takes 1 point away from the stopping power. Does that make sense? Okay.
That's not the way I've seen it played. It would be so basically if I have something with 12 points, my whole body armor would be gone and it'd start coming out of my health.
No, so the way this works is the stopping power works a little bit similar to how damage reduction works in Pathfinder. So if you have a stopping power of 12 in this instance, and he does 14 points of damage, you take 2 points of damage straight to your health, and your stopping power is reduced by 1. Yes.
Oh, really? So that's better than I thought. Oh,
That's
that's cool. I can handle that.
I think, yeah, that's definitely how it goes. And if you want,
Oh, wow, I'd do it the other way and I'd be screwed.
yes,
Okay.
you would. You'd be in a really bad position here if that were the case.
I remember buying armor and being like, I'm really smart.
Yeah, no, I looked at your character sheet. I'm like, there's no armor here, but it must not have updated since I added it. So, no, that's good. That could have done a lot of damage there, but fortunately, you feel that impact as it slams up against your body, but the bullet does
And I'm
not
like,
penetrate.
Struth!
But it does wind you. It hits with a significant impact.
Fuck. That's my reaction. Struth, oh fuck.
Okie dokie then. Who is up next? Next is...
Doesn't he have another shot? Or does he only get one?
No, because he's using a very heavy
wow.
pistol, he only gets
Lame.
one shot.
Lame, mister. Who's next?
It is Donna's turn next. He has a couple of options here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get her to move. What I need to know is how far she can move exactly, because I can't see it on the character sheet here at all.
I remember seeing it, but...
Oh, she's paralyzed.
She is going to, in a very action movie
She's gonna roll?
she's going to do that thing where you post up with one arm and like slide across that table that she's in front of.
Oh yeah.
And then
Coming for me, isn't it?
like you can see like bits of medical equipment that goes like scattering and clattering along the concrete floor. She's going to move to there, and she is going to take a shot.
It's
On.
Didn't they
She's
drop
gone
their
on my
weapons
screen.
though?
Haha.
Sorry, what did you say?
Didn't they drop their weapons?
They didn't drop their weapons. No, they
Like,
kept
put
them
them
in their
down?
hands, but they they lowered them.
Should've
So
shot that tank.
she is going to take a shot with her shotgun, and all she needs to do, because this is a shotgun, it works a little bit different. She just needs to hit a DV13, and she can hit everyone in a like. Basically anyone that's in front of her, because that's like the shotgun shell spreads. But fortunately,
I'm, like, directly in front.
Violet, you're going to be okay because you're behind cover there. But Redline, you...
Where is she? Sorry, I can't see her on my screen.
Yeah, so because she's behind that wall, you are unable to get a line of sight on her. She's going to take a shot. Unfortunately, she completely whiffs it. Maybe, like, as she pulls the trigger, this is the first time she's used a shotgun. She wasn't quite aware of the kickback of this weapon. And, like, the recoil, like, sends her flying back into the computer screen behind her, which sort of shatters the screen and, like, sends out this... this bright flash of like electrical energy and sparks which go flying out, and unfortunately she misses you. I think it's only one shot. Yes, rate of fire 1, so unfortunately that's not great. Then she is going to take one step towards you, Redline, and that'll be the end of her turn. Next up, did we... Yeah, okay. Yeah, Violet, you are next. Don't forget, I couldn't actually hear you then.
I'm wanting to do some movement speed. Watch out my movement speed because I'm wanting to do some cool moves.
All right.
Can't see it
If
anywhere,
I'm not
even in my cheat sheet.
mistaken, I believe you should be able to move 6 squares.
All right, in that case, I am going to...
Give up?
Nope. If I move 2 squares forward, would I be able to hit base? Nerf bullet, I'm going to call him. I don't remember what he's...
Nerf bullet.
I'm going to say from there, yes, because those obstacles are fairly low. Yeah, you've got an angle on them there.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to shoot him.
All right, take a shot.
Into our roll attack.
Yep, should be able to go actions and attack.
Yep. 12.
A 12. Let's have a look at my table here. And you're firing with a pistol. How far away are you? You are, I'm going to say...
4 meters?
So center to center here says 5.7. We're going to call that 6 meters.
The math.
0 to 6 is a DC 13, so that is going to be a hit.
Alex only got 12.
Oh, did you? Oh, well then that's not
Yeah.
a hit. Sorry, I thought you rolled higher than that.
All right, I'll roll again because I missed.
Okay.
All right. 16. 16. Woo! I'm gonna hit him. Right. Then I'm gonna roll. I roll damage.
Yes. So roll the damage now.
Or can I go for his head?
You've already rolled the attack here, so yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. Damage. 5.
5 points of damage.
Lame.
Good news.
But I only got 2 d6s. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct because you have a smaller pistol. Let's
sure.
go ahead
I get 2 shots. So I'm happy with that.
and look at him. How many points of damage did you do?
5.
5. Okay, so that ablates his armor by 1, and he is going to take some damage here. Is there a way to...
Armor must... So, does that mean that his armor... I still don't get it. And do the maths for me. I'm actually really good at maths, just not this math.
Yeah, so every time you successfully hit someone with an attack, if that damage is greater than their stopping power of their armor, their stopping power gets ablated by 1.
But 1, and then they take the damage. Okay, I'm slowly getting
They take the remaining damage, correct.
I hit him. So then I'm going to hop, skip, and jump back to the... I'm going to go in between. Move myself, hey. There.
Okay, let's have a look at Violet Taylor. You have a medium pistol, rate of fire 2. Amazing. Okay. And you have moved over to there. Very good. That's going to bring us to you, Redline.
Yes. Is there any... I got to understand a little bit more about Cyberpunk now. Is there any AOPs or is there any disadvantages to shooting point blank like an archer would have in D&D?
No. So basically every square represents a 2-meter area, and there is a table that tells you. So 0 to 6 meters is a difficulty value of 13. So there is no disadvantage or anything with taking a shot at close distance.
Right. Okay. So as she's running towards me, I'd just be standing firm with my pistol pointed directly at her, and I would bounce out 2 rounds with the heavy pistol. 21
Did you say
to
something
hit
as you were
first one.
shooting her?
Dodge this. In true Matrix style.
Did you say a 21?
A 21, correct.
A 21 on our good friend Donna. Yes, that is a hit.
All right. And 15.
15 points.
15 damage.
Oh my god. Okay, so her armor is ablated. She's going to take that much.
Yep.
I'm still getting
And the next one,
to know how to
next
use
shot
this.
is sorry, I'll give you a minute.
You get 3d6s.
I do.
9. Ooh.
All right.
You have a heavy pistol?
Yeah, I do, yeah. And second shot for a 16 to hit.
A 16 is a hit.
Yes. All right. 2 for the price of 1. 14 damage.
Oh.
Boom.
14 points of damage, you say?
I do say, yep.
So let's sort of describe the scene as it's happening. She's sort of with a shotgun in one hand. She dives over that table, pushing all of this like medical equipment, and it's like these stainless steel containers and like petri dishes and all this kind of stuff, and like
There's
bowls.
This laying of metal is there, just like
Which goes like clattering against the floor. She takes a shot with the shotgun. She's not ready for the recoil from the shotgun, which throws her back into the screen. And as she sort of recovers from that recoil, she takes a step towards you, sort of trying to get that shotgun like right to your head. But as she's like moving towards you, she's like, ah! You draw your gun, take 2 shots right in the chest, and you see it actually blows like a massive hole, like right out of her chest. The shotgun falls from her hand, clatters to the floor, and you can see this look of shock in her eyes as she looks down, trying to hold in like the contents of her chest. As blood pours forth, she stumbles backwards and collapses down to the floor, completely dead. Dead. She's dead.
I'd like to say just before she, like, as she's realised it before she hits the ground, I'd be like, yes, you are a heartless bitch. Well, you are now anyway.
And I'll be like, that's going in a song, Red Line.
Yes. Yeah, I'll get to that other guy.
All right, so we're gonna go.
I get to move too, but I'll stay where I am.
Press the wrong button there. Let's go ahead and.
Do you want to move at all, Redline, or do you want to stay where you are?
No, I'll stay where I am. Yep, I'm good. I'm in cover, so and I can't shoot again. I might as well stay.
Where the flamethrower would have come in handy. One apparently. Would have been 2 bits of.
All right. So that's the end of your turn, Typhoon Drift, aka Redline. You just flatlined one of these Piranha gang members. There is one remaining, however, and as Donna collapses to the floor with this gaping wound in her chest, you hear the other guy yell out, "You're gonna pay for that!" And he steps out from around the corner and is going to move. How far can he move? Probably 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. And he's going to get right up in your business with his very heavy pistol, and he is going to go ahead and take one shot at you, Redline.
Is he shooting me through the wall?
I think there's a table. Is it a table or like a filing cabinet?
I'm thinking
because it blocks the
hobbits
vision, so it's going to be like a column. Like a concrete
it is a column. I'm just looking at like how it's sort of. Okay, we got to find out how far this guy can move.
I might be able to shoot the shoulder.
It looks like I might be getting both shots.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we got it. Cyberpunk rules are if you cannot see through it, you cannot shoot.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna.
All right to take that. If I die, I die in glory.
Thank you for keeping me honest. If he.
Right, we'll do the same to you.
All right. Okay, so let's take a shot here, and he's going to take an aim shot.
I'm praying to the rap god again.
Unfortunately, that is a 9, which is not going to be enough, and he misses. That is the end of his turn. Next up, Violet Taylor.
Oh, Jesus. All right, well, of course, I'm going to shoot head. I'm actually going to do an aim shot because we haven't done one of them yet. I know it's risky, but I want to try because I get 2 shots, all right? So I'm going to go for aim shot. I got a 1.
That's not going to be enough.
Oh, all right, I'm going to try again. 9.
9, also, unfortunately, not enough. You fire 2 shots. Actually, he missed you with the aimed shot. I'm going to need to roll a d10 here.
Oh. Who's rolling?
I am.
Happening. I don't know what's happening anymore.
You're okay. Okay, so both those shots missed, Violet?
Yeah, do you know what? The thing is, like, even I'm doing, like, rolling for a normal attack, and I would have only got 12. For some reason, my rolling is rubbish.
Do you have a modifier not added, or just shitty rolls?
I'm getting a penalty for armor, so I'm losing 2 points for that for some reason.
Oh, yes.
And I'm also pretty rubbish at this. This isn't my strength of fighting. But we'll get there once I can get my flamethrower. Over.
Yes. So
what I'm going to do is, because Redline, you haven't taken a shot yet, have you?
No, it's not my turn.
No. So I'm going to move closer to. So those beds don't do anything, do they?
Do anything? What do you mean?
So the beds don't protect you at all, do they?
No. So
can I duck? Can I like run and duck?
I would say if you had an action available to you, you could.
I do.
No, because you took 2 shots. You can move, but you're not going to be able to take cover behind anything. You use.
Oh, so cover is a. Oh God. All right. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to leave it up to the rap god.
All right. We're going to leave it up to Redline, actually.
Redline, the rap god, yes. I like it. All right. So I'll step around the corner, pistol drawn, straight. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Straight at his chest again, just like his friend, and say, "I'm here to pay the bill. You said I would pay. Here it is. Payment in full. And
You're about to be heartless for real.
so a 30.
Are you doing this?
Yeah, 30. 30.
See? Definitely not my strong point.
Believe it or not, that's going to be enough.
What?
And 11 damage. So I'll take the second shot.
That's a legend.
And the second shot is a 12. How can that be a 12?
See, that's what I mean.
And the second shot is a
rolled a 1.
12. Unfortunately, that is a miss. So the first shot...
It should be a 14.
Why should...
It's got the... Because I've got +6 modifiers, and I've rolled 2 1s. So...
If you rolled a 1, though.
No. Well, how do you roll 2 1s?
Anyway, so the way that works
things,
is when you roll a 1, that is a critical fumble. And what happens then is you roll that d10 again, and you subtract that number from the total. Whatever your modifier is, you took a penalty to
makes
that.
sense now.
Yep.
Lucky I only rolled a 1 on the second one.
All right. He's not looking good though. That first shot did a fair amount of damage, and he was already hurt. His body armor, unfortunately, is not in a very good condition, and my stupid characters can't hit anything. Okay, so
I've got my hand up, Sven.
oh, you do. What would you like to say?
Hang on. So because he's injured now, does he hit less? Good.
Yes, he has taken 50%. 50%. What am I?
Sweet.
Yeah, he takes 50% of his damage.
You need to go to Oslo, babe.
I've turned into a Disney character, apparently. Now, yes, because he's taken 50% of his full health, that means he is now injured, I believe. He is lightly wounded, which means... Oh, no, seriously wounded, rather, which means he takes a -2 to all actions.
Yay, math. It's going to work against me. It's going to work for me.
I don't believe he takes a critical injury, though. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, I don't think he takes a critical injury, but he is injured. It's going to be a -2 to all of his checks. It's at the end of your turn, Redline.
I get to move, don't I?
If you want to.
But he's just going to follow me around this column anyway, so...
I'll go for me, though. You'll probably go for me.
I'll just stay where I am.
Alrighty then. Next up we have... so it was you. It is now his turn. So let's find out. You killed his friend.
What about Violet?
Violet is over there. He doesn't like you very much, Redline. You killed his friend, and he doesn't like that.
Because he just shot at Violet, right? And then I shot at him.
Yeah.
So that was his turn, my turn. Isn't it then Violet's turn?
I'm just having... Oh, wait. Let me have a look at the tracker here. So it's you, him, Violet, then you again. According to the tracker here. Have I done something wrong?
I don't think so.
No, I just had my turn again. So...
You did? What do you mean?
I'm so confused.
I'm very confused as well. You just had your turn. It is now Nesta Ice.
Yeah.
Didn't I have a go where I missed everything and it was just really quick, so it doesn't seem like I went?
Yeah.
So it is his turn. I'm going to go ahead and go with what my screen is telling me.
One just didn't seem like a go.
All good. Sorry, I was confused there for a moment.
So I was like, do you want to move?
I'm an old man.
I want to try something else. He's not having any luck with his gun here, but
Oh, what else has he got?
very little. He doesn't have much choice here, and you know what? Things aren't going his way.
Oh no. Oh, we're going into Sven's mind. Do not explode the tank.
No, he's taking his idea.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, he was thinking about it already. I could see his face.
I'm going to roll a d10 here.
I know him too well. Nah.
Oh, this could end up badly.
I'm going to say on a 1 or a 10, he's not going to shoot either of you.
Oh, okay.
That's not fair. A D10, that means an 80% chance he's going to kill everybody.
That's an 8. You're okay. So he's gonna try and shoot you, Redline, and he is going to take an aim shot with his very heavy pistol. So
Sounds like it went well for you, sir.
You went from diabolical, like, explosion, Deadpool type shit to... That's why this game's great. It's so, like, real world. Like, in D&D, we'd just be like, fireball! Potions! Here we're just like, you're fucked. If you don't shoot, there's nothing else.
All right, so he rolled a -3 on his aim shot, so that's probably not going to hit you.
Wow.
Wow.
Can we penalty him? Can I go and kick him in the shin for that? Do I get a free shin kick?
You can have a flavor kick, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and be like, you suck, and then run back.
He's very hurt.
Because he does. That's terrible. He should be.
He's very upset.
He should be. He's having a very bad day.
Okay, let's go ahead. Take it back to Violet Taylor. It's your turn. He's got nothing.
All right, I'm going to attack 12. That's a miss, isn't it?
That is a miss, according to my table.
All right, come on, Rap God. 18.
That's a hit.
Yes.
Just had to pray to the Rap God. All right, damage. Rap God. 3.
All right, 3 points of damage to...
3 points to the testicles.
So with his body armor of 2, he's going to take 1 point of damage.
It's good. I did something. I'm like a little mozzie. I'm like, you got mozzied, because that's gonna be one of my catchphrases. That's going in my agent.
You got mozzied.
He just got mozzied. Oh no.
It is now your turn. A Redline.
Right. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
It's a hit, and I just realised I could roll off this thing as well. 9 damage.
9 points of damage. That is enough to kill him. So why don't you go ahead and describe how this guy dies?
Yeah, so I'd say same thing again, just a hole blown through his chest. You can kind of see daylight coming through there just as he has this sort of shocked, kind of frozen look on his face before he starts falling to the ground. And then he just slowly starts tipping over like a tree. And then you'd hear Redline say, "What? Notice it?"
And I'd be like, I'd go up and do another flavor kick and be like, buzz, motherfucker.
I'd say, you got nerfed.
Oh, that was fun. We're still going to do the cleanup too. We're just going to raid the shit out of this place. It'll be so much coke.
Bringing this combat to a close.
I'd touch my communicator and I'd say to the cameraman, remaining 2 combatants have been nerfed.
And I'd be like, buzz, buzz.
And on that note...
I did nothing in that fight, by the way.
You did a couple points of damage. You didn't do nothing. The only person that did nothing was me.
You got a shot on.
We could have gone the other way. But yes, do we have to clean up the area now? Do we get to like pilfer this place?
We can get into that right after this break. Thank you so much for all of you loyal viewers who stuck with us to that short break. If you're watching this on YouTube, it will be a very, very short break.
Be like, gone.
Indeed.
Magic.
Gone and back again. Yeah, no, that...
A bit like a hobbit's tale. Anyway.
A bit like the tale of Donna Dumas and Nesta Eisenhower.
They did not do well.
Gone too soon.
Buzz, motherfuckers.
In loving memoriam. It's safe to say that neither of them are going to be having an open casket at their funerals.
I don't think they're going to get a casket because, like, could we hide the bodies somewhere? We're still going to like
heartless. The bunch of them.
Oh no, that's not the right one. I want some music here. Something good.
I'd say burn the joint, but then tanks might explode. That might be a bad idea.
I know.
There we go. All right. So that was combat in Cyberpunk Red. This is my first time running Cyberpunk Red. It's the first time running combat.
That was smooth.
How do you feel that went?
That was smooth.
Yeah, it went all right for me. Could have definitely gone the other way though, very easily.
Yeah,
that's the thing about combat in Cyberpunk Red. It's meant to feel it's quick, it's dirty, it's dangerous. There's no wasting time and seeing like what spell you're going to use. You've got your weapons. You've got some options there. There's
it's like the shoot or fight.
It's like it's sort of like if you choose to fight, you may die in this. There isn't much padding. And that's what I think I like about this. It's like we chose to go in there. We knew if we were going to fight that one of us might not come out. There's no revivification. There's nothing. We do not have a medic. We are fucked. We get really badly messed up. So that was good that it went our way because it could have gone very badly if it hadn't have. I know now that my weakness definitely is not fighting. No, not my weakness. My strength is definitely not fighting. So, but if I've got a strong enough team, I'll be fine. So yeah, I found it fun. I liked the fact that they both ended up with holes in their body. Like it was quite visceral.
Yeah, and I'm just having a look at the rulebook here as well. There's a couple of things that I was sort of I read about before we went live, but I kind of forgot as we were going. There's a fun rule here that says critical injuries. Whenever you take when two or more dice rolled for damage from an attack come up with a 6, you inflict a critical injury as well. So I wasn't really keeping track of that, but they have a fun table here that sort of gives you a whole list of different critical injuries that you can take, which is really cool. Which is everything from dismembered limbs to spinal injuries, broken jaws, and so on and so forth, which is really cool. And it very specifically states in this book somewhere, I can't remember where it is, but when you die, you die. That's it. There's no coming back. He's very particular about that.
You can be like on death's door though, and if you have a medic and you have the right insurance, so you can get a team out straight away, a trauma team, which I don't think any of us really would. We don't really have an exec on our team either. There are chances that you can come back, but you will need a lot of time to recover as well. So that would be where the downtime we would be recovering, and you may come back with an injury and you'll never be the same. So your fighting will actually be worse. So I think that's where my flamethrower is going to come in.
Definitely, this situation probably wasn't the right situation for a flamethrower, so I think you dodged it.
There will be the right situation. Do you know how many times flamethrowers have come up in our daily lives this week? We were talking about it. We were talking about like spiders, flamethrowers came up. And then we were reading H.P. Lovecraft, and Sven's like, you would not believe what's just come up. So, yeah. And I was like, do you know what? One of my bucket list items is I do want to actually use a flamethrower.
That's right. So if you're watching this and you have a flamethrower handy, call in.
Safely, legally. It'll be in some flamethrower range, but it would be fun. I'd probably be so scared and just end up squealing and running away.
Hey, I'm heading down to the flamethrower range.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah, safely and legally.
Sven!
Safely and legally. Call in.
I'm such a do-gooder. Anyway.
All right, so I was explaining to you guys as well. You dodged a bit of a bullet there. Every time one of the characters was firing a shot, if that shot went through a square that contained one of the tanks, I was getting them to roll a d10. If it missed their target, that is. If it was a 1 or a 10, it would have hit one of the tanks, and that tank would have detonated. Everyone would have had to have rolled an evasion check, and if they failed, they would have taken 21 points of damage from that explosion. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, which is a real shame.
I'm writing in the chat, secret edgelord business. That's what that feels like.
So yeah, no, there was that, and there were some fun things that Miss Tower could do as well. But you talked her down, making that combat a lot easier on you guys. So you handled that pretty well. You were asked to clear out these piranha gangers without any collateral damage, and I would say that you've been pretty successful in that. So
Did you also say that it didn't say anywhere in the text that we received we can't take whatever we find?
No, it did not say that at all.
Didn't say anything like that.
I reckon it's time to loot, Redline.
I think so. This sounds good.
Right.
I have my eye on that shotgun.
I have my eye on any cyberware.
All right. So I can tell you what they had in their respective inventories. So our good friend Nestor Eisenhower had a. Let's have a look. Inventory. He had a leather helmet. He had his leather armor, but you've blown a hole through that. So I'm going to say that's no use to anyone anymore. He had 30 rounds for his very heavy pistol. He had a disposable cell phone, and of course his very heavy pistol.
Did he have any cyberware?
No cyberware, no. In fact, when you search their bodies, not only do you not find any cyberware, you don't find any no money or anything on their bodies, no jewelry, nothing like that, nothing that you can make any money off. You can tell that these people were, even though they had this synth coke set up, they probably weren't making very much money off of it.
Can you not make us feel bad, Sven? Getting out a tiny little violin.
You.
No bad feelings here.
Well,
The background.
what you do find is a small, holographic display, and when you press the button, it shows this holographic image of Nesta and three little kids, and they're all sort of he's got two of them in either his arm, and one of them sort of hugging his leg. And Donna Dumas, you find. Let's go ahead and have a look here. So she had a shotgun. She had. She had 10 junk shotgun shells. 10, yes. Make sure you write down junk shotgun shells. She had her leather helmet and leather armor.
Would her armor be any good anymore?
I'm going to say the armor also has a hole blown through it, so probably not.
They have any sweet clothes?
They had very
technical kicks?
No, nothing that's sort of stands out to you.
They've gone from like these cool baddies to these ruffians who've had a really hard life and have families, Sven. That's very convenient. I'm sure that if they had a one, they would have been putting up their cool glasses and, running out in their flying shoes and driving off in a Porsche, which they don't even have there. But because we killed them, he's down and out Dickensian characters.
Look, these guys were the Cyberpunk Red version of goblins, okay? What do you expect? They're not wearing the highest fashion. They're not they're not rolling in the cash here. They were easy targets. They didn't have much money to spend.
Well, I've written all that down.
Yes.
So why don't we grab it, and then while we're on our downtime, Redline, I'm happy to go through it and we'll divvy it up. And...
She does have one other thing.
Oh, what is it?
As she came running towards you, Redline, you could see that
if it's family related,
she has something called rippers.
What? Whippers?
Oh, what are they?
Rippers. Carbo glass claws, which is a cyberware implant.
Is that so that we can take out people's implants if we find them?
No, I think they're just like weapons, like melee weapons.
No. So it is a cybernetic implant that basically acts as a concealable medium melee weapon. Basically like cat's claws, essentially.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, so it might be difficult for you to sort of take them. You'll need a Ripper Doc to be able to basically take it out and install
do we
it.
just like take the whole arm?
I don't know. Do you?
That's what I was thinking. So I'd get the shotgun with the junk rounds and put it like against her forearm or elbow, and then just sort of blow it in half.
You can do that. I'm going to say there could be consequences to that kind of butchery, though.
Could I disguise it?
So...
You disguise it? Okay, I won't do it then.
I'm good at makeup. Could I do something to make it look like she'd never had an arm there?
I don't think it's worth it.
Okay. Make it look like it's not a fresh wound, all right? And that she never had an arm. So that they won't think it's missing. No one will think twice because, as you said, they're the goblins. You can't do it both ways. The goblins no one cares about. So if I put a stump, cauterize it pretty much, all right, and make it look like a slightly old wound, I reckon we can take the arm. You have goblins in our trunk in Baldur's Gate 3. All goblins.
Here's what I want to say. You're assuming what the consequences for this is going to be.
Well, now that I know there could be, I'm thinking smartly. So maybe I can use some makeup.
You can roll to try and disguise this as an old injury if you want to do that. I am going to set the DC at
very reasonably.
Let's have a look here.
Redline, are you comfortable with this?
I'm going to say 24.
Ben, I can't that because I've got a plus 13 to wardrobe and style, which is the highest you can get, and a D10.
Yeah.
You are putting that way too high. I have to roll a 10.
I am setting that at what this table is telling me to set this is. I'm saying
not reasonable at this level, Sven. I'll try it.
You are trying to use makeup to
I got a 26.
Make
Sven.
A severed arm look like an old injury.
I got a 26, Sven.
So yes.
I rolled a 10.
I heard you.
Oh my god.
So the DC, the DV was 24. I'm going to say that you can use some of the material. Maybe there's a Bunsen burner nearby. But first of all, I want to say, Redline, are you using a shotgun to shoot off this person's arm?
Are there any like knives or anything around or anything? Or you know what I'll do? I know what I'll do. I'll use one of her arms to cut the other arm off. Because she's got claws, right? They're cybernetic claws. They've got to be sharp.
They definitely are sharp, yeah.
This is devolving, and I love it.
Yeah, so we'll do that. I'm going to regret the consequences, but it's good for flavour. It's so
Cut
fun.
their leg off and weld it to their arm stump and leave whoever finds.
Who wrote that? Oh, that's gold.
That was Gribbly. That's great. That was great.
Let's have a look at your character.
Yeah, and what about the place has got to be packed with some synth coke in here too that we can sell on the streets.
Oh, don't worry. We're still doing it. We might make some before. So I'm basically going to cauterize it, and I'm going to dry it out to the point where.
I don't know whether I've chopped it off yet.
Oh, you're going to do it. You can't take this away from me, Sven.
I'll get you to roll a d10 for me, Redline. And if you roll a 1 or a 10 on that d10, I'm going to give you 1d4 points of humanity loss.
That's a 1.
It's my plan, though. I should lose it. I'm happy to take that.
No, I knew it was going to be humanity, and I'm close to cyberpsychosis, so...
I'm happy to take it.
Nasty.
Can I take it for him? Can I do the action?
Who is cutting off this person's arm?
I can.
Cheers.
Did you? I'm
from
sorry.
Australia.
Did you already say that you were cutting off this person's arm, Typhoon?
I did.
We were talking about who's going to do it
did.
as a team, and then I realised, shit, this might change you. I'll cut it off.
Right, hit me with that 1d4.
I'm going to hit you with that 1d4. Okay, we're going to roll that here. 1.
Oh, thank gosh. I'm down to 25.
Okay.
Totally worth it.
Look what I've done, he says.
Holding up a severed arm.
And then he'll start dancing around the room with them. Daddy, do you want some sausages?
So, all right. So only 1 point of humanity loss, which I think is a pretty good result. So that's what you find on their persons. Amongst the, the drug cooking equipment that they have spread around here, I'm going to say that you can find probably 200 euro dollars that you can probably salvage from amongst the equipment. And you also find...
I'm going to need you to tell me all that again.
Okay.
I don't have to do it right now.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll find 200 euro dollars worth of cred sticks and stuff like that, and you'll also find 4 ready to go batches of synth coke.
Ooh, is a batch 1 dose?
That's correct. So 4 doses.
Right. Well, straight away, I'd be like, Redline, you can have $200.
Excellent.
But I'll take the coke. Is that all right?
Deal. You have
It's
a
worth
deal.
much less, but that's cool. All right. Trying to remember. Have you got everything else you can tell me?
Sorry?
The notes don't save.
Okay.
Tell me later.
Yeah, we can go over it again later. Basically, it's a very heavy pistol, a shotgun, I think 10 junk shotgun shells, 30 very heavy pistol rounds, leather armor.
That's cool. You can tell me later.
So on and so forth. Okay. Well.
Can I just quickly investigate what's in those containers? I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. Inside the containers, I'll get you to roll a check for me. Let me just have a quick look about what's going to be the best stat to use for that. I'm thinking definitely it could be a check of some sort. It'll be a check, and the check that we need to roll is education. A 12. Let's have a look here. Every day. No, that wasn't enough, unfortunately. You're not sure exactly. You sort of approach one of these tanks. There's nothing written on the tanks themselves, so there's nothing to give away what they are. There is like a little tap handle. You open that up and just let some of it sort of come out. You sniff it. It has a very acrid sort of smell, and as you sniff it as well, you feel as if for a second you struggle to like inhale, but you're not sure what it is.
Sorry, I'm on mute. Is there a way that we can sabotage it?
Yeah, there's definitely. You think there possibly is a way that you could sabotage it. What are you thinking? How do you think you can do that?
Well, they're not very nice people.
I've got my favourite tool, which is like a multi-tool screwdriver. You know, does everything kind of tool.
You have that amazing.
Yeah. Can we do like a tool check or something to?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We can roll a check. I'm going to go with basic tech.
Basic tech. All right. Just looking for it in the list. Basic tech. Okay. A 12.
12. I'm going to say that's probably not going to be enough to be able to sabotage this. So unless Violet wants to chip in or something, or...
Yeah, I'm trying to look at what I have. In that way of...
Yeah, I'd say basic tech.
Wrap it and hope that it...
I'm going to give you basic tech, and probably going to be... Oh, no, you can hand the multi-tool over to her.
Can I use my luck?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to use a luck point? You can do that.
Mm-hmm. That's just one point on top?
Yes. 17.
Plus 1, so 18.
Yeah, no, that's enough. What you find is that you're able to divert the tanks into a vent valve built into the buildings. What's it called? The
sewer.
Not the sewer, but the climate control system. You can tell that.
Oh no, we don't want to do that. We're not doing that.
You can
turn the whole block high.
You can tell that the someone has like broken a hole into the concrete substructure of the building and jury rigged like.
Oh, so they use it.
Yeah, they've been using it to vent any fumes out of the building straight out the side through by like diverting one of the climate control systems.
I'm sure there'll be no consequences for that either. And as we leave, I'm going to get out my boombox and we're going to play Sabotage by the Beast.
I wish I had that lined up so I could play that right now.
Everyone can hear it in their head.
I can definitely hear it in my head. And you take any of the equipment that's sort of worth anything. You take the shotgun, the guns, the bodies. Do you do anything with the bodies? Do you leave them there or?
Yeah, I think so.
No Redline. Yeah, you think we just leave him?
Yeah. I not have time to worry about these people's here.
Yeah. Could we? I suppose we could throw him out a window to send a message, but that's collateral.
I think there's been enough people thrown off balconies and things lately.
Yeah. Okay. I am happy. I feel like that is good.
All right. And you regroup with your compatriots.
Before we go, I've just noticed there's a computer.
Yep.
I try and access what's in that.
Absolutely. You'll need to give me a roll for that. I just want to have a quick look because I can't remember what I wrote down. Which one is it? Basic tech? I'm thinking maybe that. It could be. Yeah, I think it's just basic tech. Yeah.
You're mute, Jim.
Okay, now
Oh,
I'm not.
there you are.
No, now I'm back. All right, let's have a look. What is it under? Technique. Here we go. Basic tech. All right. 12.
Basic tech 12. Let's have a look at my notes here. I think I wrote this down somewhere, didn't I? I can't really find where I wrote this down. I'm pretty sure I wrote this down. A 12 is... No, it's probably that. No, that's not enough. Unfortunately, the computer is password protected. You try and access it. Unfortunately, you're not able to figure out what the password for that's going to be. Yeah. So unless there's anything else you guys wanted to do,
Is there anything we're missing? Because you keep asking that, so I think that I keep feeling like there's something we haven't done.
no, it's entirely up to you. Hey, maybe you can think of something that I didn't think of. Who knows?
Okay. Looking.
Or
No, I'm ready to have my few days off.
Let's get out of here.
okay, so you
We've made enough noise.
you leave the medical center, and I'm assuming you probably try and close the door or lock the door behind you or something like that. And you regather with your compatriots. You use the service elevators to access the first level of the building, and as you're going down, you're heading down, and one of you you can hear the ringtone from one of your agents. I'll get you both to roll a d10 for me.
Six.
Can I get you guys to roll again?
7.
Are we rolling again? Oh, my second roll was a 10.
10? Yep, okay. So, Redline, you feel, or rather, you hear your agent going off.
One moment, I have a call. Yellow.
Is that you, Redline?
Speaking. Is this Sticks? Or Stikes?
Very astute. That's why I contacted the four of you in the first place.
You're right. Your job is done. We need the eddies. And
Plus 300 reimbursement.
an extra 300. We had some expenses.
We can talk about expenses somewhere later down the line. I just got word that the fish tank's being cleaned out. So I guess all I could say is job well done requires a job well paid. You should see some eddies bouncing into your respective accounts in the next few minutes. What I will tell you is this. Keep your heads down. Keep your noses out of trouble, and you might be hearing from me again very, very soon.
Lay low, huh? Yes, this we can do.
And if there's...
Well, I can at least, anyway.
I don't know whether I can, and I want my $300. Hang in the background.
We can...
Be quiet, Violet, I am on the phone.
we can discuss... we can discuss the costs somewhere later down the line, but keep your eyes on your accounts. You should see some eddies bouncing up in there very, very soon.
This guy's cagey.
I'll call you again when I need you.
Sykes, when do we meet? I like to meet who I'm working with.
Yeah, and when do we have these discussions?
Now, I know the two of you are new to this line of work, especially your Australian compatriot, but these are the kinds of things that we discuss in person. Now, you've done good work for me, but that solidifies your reputation at least somewhat. I'll be willing to discuss compensation for any third-party expenses that may have been occurred during your operation, and there was the fact that you're able to deal with this situation with the minimal amount of collateral damage. I do appreciate that. Yes, I do appreciate that, but I can't just be giving out eddies left, right, and center.
Can you believe there was a lady fighting us that had no arms? It's okay, don't worry, she was horribless.
Yeah. Look, whatever it is that you found in that building is entirely up to you. You can take whatever it is that you find. Hopefully that'll be enough to cover whatever expenses there may have been. Meebles and Dragons, thank you for the raid. And welcome to episode 2.
Just walked into an incident.
It's one of those situations where it's kind of difficult to handle as a GM.
Put out a hand.
Difficult to handle.
Drop it, arms.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can certainly see where you...
I would like a time. I'm in the background going, Redline, get him to make a time.
What time and what place?
Look, I can't tell you exactly what time I'm going to need you again, as I can't predict exactly
This isn't how things work in Australia.
What kind of jobs. Can you please just ask your compatriot maybe just let us do the talking, and she can relay any information that she needs to relay onto you. But for the time being, what I wanted to say is this.
Don't like the cut of his jib, Redline.
Australia, pipe down.
You've done some good work, and that work requires pay, but the payment that you got for this job wasn't really why you were doing it. You were doing it for the promise of more work to come. I can't tell you exactly when you're going to be needed again, but what I can tell you is that you've earned your way into my good books, which is worth far more than any small payment of Eddie's has ever been worth.
I'm just sitting there going,
Right.
let you handle this, Redline, because I'm pissed off.
I may have some very unhappy companions at that news, because it was for the Eddies.
And you'll be paid.
But yes, let's go. Come on.
You'll get your due restitution in due time. In fact, if you check your account right now, you should see that you've been amply compensated for the work that you've done. Now, I asked you to do this job because I knew that was well within your means of doing. The reason why I contacted you in the first place is because, well, good work is hard to come by these days. And this was less about, what's the right word here? This wasn't a once-off transaction, we'll put it that way. You've earned my trust, and with my trust comes the promise of more pay and work. Stuff that falls within your scope of ability to handle. Now, you took care of this, right? That's good. But from now on, the gloves are going to be coming off. I'm going to be asking you to do jobs that are going to be far more complex, far more involved. And what I need to know is that we can come together, sit down, and talk about what the expectation is for your financial compensation moving forward. Is that does that sound reasonable to you, Mr. Redline, or?
Yes, this sounds good.
All right. So the last thing I want is for people to think that I don't compensate the people working for me in a way that's fair. So
I prefer people do not know that I'm working for you. I like to remain somewhat, let's say, discreet.
which is exactly why I hired the four of you in the first place. You're unknown quantities, and that's exactly what I need in my employ in this time. You see, the corporations are flexing their muscles, and I need people who can do jobs in a way that is with at least with as much discretion as possible, but aren't afraid to drop the hammer when the hammer needs dropping.
Oh, like MC Hammer time.
Yeah, can't touch
Can't
this.
touch this. Oh, she knows it. Yes, Australia knows this one.
I can tell that the adrenaline is still flowing from whatever fight you may have just had.
Is. And the synth coke.
Do you have
Shh.
me on speaker?
No, it's just a very loud agent.
I have very good hearing. It's an Australian thing.
Maybe she has some cyberware ears. I do not know.
No, it comes from listening to all the wild animals. I had to stay safe.
Right. Well, I'd appreciate it if you could we could have these kind of conversations on a more personable basis in the future. But for the time being,
It's great.
keep your head down, keep your noses clean, and I'll contact you again. Keep in mind that I need people who can work under the radar. So do try to be discreet over the next few days, and I'll contact you when more work that is suitable for your particular skills and your particular talents comes my way.
Sounds great. Keep your ear out and your eyes out for the new koala rap that's coming out too.
Right.
Buzz, buzz.
Oh. Okay, I think we should sign off now.
And you just hear a beep as
That was the most randomest.
as the phone is hung up.
I don't like him.
Really? I couldn't tell.
I don't know. I don't like promise. It's us Australians. We don't like promises of things to come without any specifics. I think it's barking up the wrong tree.
All right.
enough.
And if you do check your bank account, you'll notice that you are both 600 eddies richer. And
Yeah, but I'm not 900 richer. I'm still owed 300.
that's right. Well, I mean, these are the choices. These are the choices that you have to make. And maybe,
I don't like it.
maybe if you meet with this person in person sometime in the future, it's something that you can work out between the two of you. Who knows? But yeah, no, that's that is the end of Operation Fish Tank. Congratulations.